Performance Analysis of tchoukball by Michael Ruff. The aim of this analysis is to provide a detailed performance analysis of the performance of a tchoukball team over 3 games. The focus will be to critically discuss the team performance, looking at the strategies used and coaching points based on the video and data collected. The content of this analysis would include the explanation of key performance indicators, the software used for data collection, an explanation of perturbation, strategies used during tchoukball games, and finally some coaching points and feedback taken from the video and data collected. Notational analysis. Notational analysis can be defined as the examination of movement patterns, strategy, and tactics of team sports. This type of analysis is a subjective form of collecting evidence of performance so that the significant elements of performance are quantified reliably and consistently. An example of this for tchoukball would be when the attacking team uses the strategy of drawing the defending team to one end of the playing field and then swapping the direction of the attack to score at the other end. Key performance indicators. Key performance indicators, or KPIs, are measurable variables that demonstrate relevant aspects of the performance of a team or individual. KPIs can be identified in 4 different aspects, which are tactical, technical, psychological, and physical. Tactical is focused on the strategic side of sport, where the team or athlete intentionally takes control of the game. For example, in tchoukball, when one team tries to keep possession from the other team to maximize the chances of scoring. Technical. This is the successful use of a skill For example, when in tchoukball, the attacking team go for a long pass to change direction of the attack. Psychological. This is the state of mind of the athlete or team. A player in tchoukball could feel confident in their ability, which allows them to take more risks during a game, such as a difficult long pass or a challenging shot at the trampoline. Although the player should not be overconfident, because this could make them take more unnecessary risks, which will affect their performance negatively. Physical. This is the ability to control the result of the match. An example of this is when a team playing tchoukball is increasing the intensity of the match by constantly swapping the direction of the attack to tire their opponents. The KPIs used in this analysis is long and short shots, which is a technical KPI, successful and unsuccessful shots, and finally end swaps. The KPIs chosen were selected because they're all relevant to the attacking side of tchoukball. The long shots are identified as shots that have bounced off the trampoline and travelled long distance. The use of this shot type would essentially be if the defenders were successfully defending short shots and there was space further out. Short shots would be characterized as shots that only travel a small distance when bouncing off the trampoline. This shot type is useful when the defenders are further away from the trampoline, which is most likely in the scenario of when the attack swaps ends. End swaps. End swaps are a tactical KPI due to the nature of the attack, which draws in the defenders and completely changes the direction of the attack. Successful and unsuccessful shots is a technical KPI, although it does indicate aspects of tactical KPIs. Success of the other KPIs and can identify points of perturbation within a match. Game breaker software. The software used to collect the data from the game footage is the game breaker software. This software allowed the data to be collected in a manner that was efficient and accurate. The KPIs were constructed into code buttons so that when the team being analysed used one of the KPIs, then it could be recorded in the timeline. The timeline shows which KPIs were used at each moment of the game video. Once the data is collected, it is then exported into Excel to be analysed. Perturbation. Perturbation is a significant change from a linear state of performance that ultimately changes the outcome of the game. This could be a significant goal scored or a critical error that affects the team's performance. The point of perturbation for the second game played was at 13 minutes and 50 seconds into the video, which was a successful long shot. At this point in the game, the team being analysed was losing, but not by much. Before this incident, this team hadn't scored a point by hitting the trampoline in over 4 minutes, but after this, they went on to score 7 more times and win the game. Strategy. The strategy used by the team over the course of 3 games varied depending on their opponents and their defensive abilities. The first week's tactics were to utilise changing the direction of attack. As shown by the data, they completed 17 end swaps during this game, but were unable to capitalise on this as they ended the match on a 13-14 loss. In the second game, the opposition focused more on the short defence due to them crowding around the trampoline. This allowed for the team being analysed to go for longer shots in attack. In the third game, there was a similar tactic to the first game. Due to in both halves of the game there was 7 end swaps. However, throughout the game, there was a significantly more long shots to short shots, which suggests that the opposition defended very tight to the trampoline, which caused the attackers to adapt their strategy and throw longer shots from the trampoline. Reliability testing. Reliability. The data collected from this analysis was tested on its reliability. The data needs testing for reliability to ensure that the data is accurate and consistent. The test conducted was an intra-reliability test. Once the data was collected again, it's exported to Excel to be checked for accuracy. The data must be at least 80% or higher to be considered accurate. Coaching points. From a coach's point of view, the tactics used by the team were very good and relevant to the opponents they faced. However, during the game, this team failed to capitalise on several occasions due to either poor decision making or not reacting quickly enough, so the defence had less of a chance to defend their shot. For example, in the video called Video Analysis on the Mahara page, shows one of their missed opportunities. The players executed an end swap very well, but were unable to capitalise due to the receiving player taking too long and going for a long shot, which allowed the defensive team to run onto the ball for an easy catch. From a strength and conditioning point of view, the players need to work on their throwing power, speed and reaction time on the ball to improve their performance. To improve their power on the ball, they could perfect their throwing technique, as some of the techniques used did not offer maximal power output. This would allow for less chances to be missed when attacking. In conclusion, the team being analysed had a good strategy in place to face the obstacles of their different opponents. However, they could have won more games if they had improved their decision-making speed and reactions with the ball in attacking positions.